I choose violence.
I like that.
Dracarys.
Characters. Characters are an important part of storytelling. Storytelling or stories in any form are not complete without characters, or rather, people those stories are about. Characters are either inspired by real-life people or created from scratch. When characters are written properly, they inspire us. They make us reflect on who we are and what we do. They question our beliefs, values, morality, and at the same time identify with our struggles and our repressed evil nature.
Naturally.
Characters come to life when they are properly developed. They go a long way to make a lasting impression in our lives.
And as you can see, I am not dead.
Take The Last Dawn for example. It's one of the movies I have seen many times growing up. It's my old man's favorite film, and the older I get, the more I begin to love it myself. It's a movie about an aging mafia don and his crime family that struggles to legitimize his criminal empire. A film that explores the themes of revenge, power, love, family, corruption, and human wickedness. The film is packed with talented actors like Daniele as Don Coracuzio, Joe Mantegna as Pipi Delina, Jason Gedrick as Cross, and Christielli as the unstable Rosemary. I don't even know if I pronounced it right. May her soul rest in peace anyway. If I'm being honest with you, I could not shake off her performance as Rosemary. She was so good at her role that it was hard to see her as another character.
These hands, they're no longer meant for anything but to kill. I am only machine now. My heart, my soul, my life I lost on the steps of San Girolamo.
Each time I watch this film, there is always something fresh to be explored. It's a beautiful escape into the American-Italian society. What makes this film stand out to me, besides the fact that it makes me want to dress up in a suit and smoke Cuban cigars every day, are the characters. These characters felt real. They were real people with real emotions, behaviors, goals, and beliefs. Every character in this film is perfectly developed. Mario Puzo really spent time making these characters come alive. The Don is an intelligent and powerful old man that cares about his family. You see it from the way he talks and the way he carries himself. His daughter, on the other hand, Rosemary, a woman that lost her husband and eventually succumbed to insanity. Cross on pause. I feel like I'm spoiling this movie already. Anyway, let's get back to the rest of the video. All these characters were perfect in their own way and what they bring to the table. In Game of Thrones, for example, everybody watched the show because of the characters. The audience had favorites, and even till today, people still quote those characters, like Cersei, for example, Ned Stark, Littlefinger, Tyrion Lannister. The driving force of the series were its characters, the ones you rooted for, and the ones you seriously prayed for their demise. And it was all because you connected with them deeply. You saw their struggles, their goals. They felt like real people.
Power is power.
Now, Nollywood movies do not have such luxury of having characters we care about. Maybe in the past, during the Mercy Johnson crying era and the Saint Obi decades. But for modern Nollywood movies, we do not have that. Every character is shallow, lacks goals and beliefs that resonate with the Nigerian audience. They are superfluous, inconsistent, and terrible real-life people. In some cases, some don't even have clear cut-out goals. They just exist for the sake of existing. Take Shantytown for example, which is a mess, a shit show, if you will. It's a display of unintelligent and lazy writing. Nse's character is just there living on vibes, doing what the script needs her to do. She basically doesn't do anything serious. She's just there. Scar is either a villain in a scene and a dumbass in the next. He has no character need, no character goals. He's just basically a pushover. And personally, it annoys me every time a woman has to tell him what to do. That's not really villainy, yeah? A waste of talented actor if you ask me. Iniedo's character is actually the worst. A detective that has no control over her emotions and somehow beats two guys at the same time.
You
You serious?
In summary, the series is just trash and a complete waste of time. The creators were more focused on pushing women empowerment woke messages than actually telling a compelling story with good characters in it. Most Nollywood movie characters are generic and just copies, both in Lagos cinema and Asaba Nollywood. It's the same character you've seen over and over again. Sometimes these characters are played by the same actors, which we are going to discuss in another video. Nigerian filmmakers will often lie to themselves that they are telling the African story.
I beg your pardon.
In truth, they are not telling anything. Like Far From Home, for example, which is just a complete rip-off of the Spanish series Elites. It's plainly Elites with green uniform and characters no Nigerian teenager can relate to. Some of these filmmakers are not even in tune with what it means to be a Nigerian. Some were opportune to leave the country, and in a way, it made them not to fully understand the audience they are writing these movies for. And Lagos is not the only city in this country. Overall, I think Nollywood writers should focus more on character-driven stories that the audience can get lost in. I'm tired of the generic spectacle we are constantly being fed. You know Modern Nollywood sucks when old Nollywood film characters are used as memes today and people yearn to have easy access to these movies. Even if you go on YouTube to search for these movies, they are raking in millions of views. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe.
But this is their kind of a movie now. Powerful epic. No!